Hello everyone, it's Christine here and I'm here to give you an update on my Fleur Woods collage piece, which you can see part of it in front of you. I thought I'd talk through what I've been doing so far, and if you are doing something similar, hopefully it might give you some ideas. I've also got some more lovely footage of the beach. Today we were so lucky to see some dolphins, so I will pop a bit of dolphin video footage in. We were just walking along the beach and a woman said, "Oh, look out there, there's dolphins." So it was so lovely. There were two pods of dolphins frolicking through the water just out from where the waves were breaking. I'll also show you a bag I got at the op shop, which I have dyed, and I'll put in the video with that little second op shop haul as well. But first of all, let's give you a little look of the view. It is Friday afternoon here in Mallacoota. It is a beautiful, probably about 25 degrees, 27 degrees, not sure. It was a beautiful sunrise this morning. I actually took some time-lapse footage, so I'll probably pop that in as well. And here is my Fleur Woods inspired piece, which is even bigger than the table here. So I haven't done much up around the top yet. Where I started was this one here. Let me just focus in on it. So these pansies were part of the doily that is here. But I have then gone and really thread painted most of it, really just used the shape. So I'm just going to try and get some good light on it. So I did stitching into it with, I think I used 3 different threads. Some of it was a little bit variegated, but then yeah, it came in with different colours, and then used a lighter set of pinks through to, and that was some of the Fleur Woods wool there, and then interspersed with some PLA cotton as well, and then some yellow wool into the centre there, and then I further added the outline and then wrapped the outline as well. So I think that's, yeah, worked out really lovely. And then coming down here, I'd put this piece of coloured sort of lacy doily, well, it's more a lace, and it's what I'd coloured up with Inktense, Derwent Inktense blocks at the workshop. And then I've come in and added with the same yellow wool that I used up on the centre here. I've wrapped the centre motif and wrapped the middle bit of the motif, and then I've done weaving through the bits of the actual lace. So I'll come in closer for a better look at that. And I think I'm going to do something similar around the outside. I'll just work out what colour I want to use for that. Coming down here to the little bobbly bits, I have used a yellow just to sort of outline around those. That's all I've done so far, but I think this would be fabulous to do some weaving into also. And then coming up here, I had something that looked like a fabric with almost like a seaweedy effect. And so I did, first of all, stitched into the outline with a wool, a variegated sort of wrappy wool. It's not even a particularly sort of stitching wool. It has all different colours in it, but I used this sort of more greeny, purpley one for it. Sorry, I'm just using the handheld camera and moving things around. And so I outlined the sort of the seaweed shape with that, and then I subsequently came in with this variegated, I think it's one that I might have hand dyed, or otherwise it's a cottage garden. It's a cottage garden threads from the down the sort of Latrobe Valley way, and added stitching over it. And I also then extended it up, because what I'm trying to do is sort of blend all the pieces, the individual pieces of fabric, and so I then extended the little weedy bits. I kind of like that this is got a bit of underwater sea garden as well as above water sea garden in it. And then I also extended that along into this piece, which is a separate piece there. And I'd also taken a bit of a wool. Let me see if I've got that wool in my bag next to me. This wool, which has all different sort of thicknesses in it. And I'd use one of the thicker parts along here, because I think I'd use some of the thinner bits, yeah, in doing the outline around my pansy. And so, yeah, I laid that down along here. And so that meanders, and I took it all the way over so that it would meet up with this leaf here. I'll just come out so you can kind of see that. I'll just have to get it to go back into focus as we move around. And then what I've then done is come in with some yellow thread to add some further. This one was just the orange around here, and so I added in some more lazy daisy stitches there. And then I used some pinky purple variegated wool, just some that I think I had dyed myself previously, and I just put in some little seed stitches. And then I came in with a yellow perle cotton, and I have done probably thousands of little seed stitches all the way down here, across here, and across here. So basically I decided just to delineate, sorry, let me get it back into focus, to delineate this area around here with seed stitches, because I want to sort of have sections, and then I think, yeah, the seed stitch is great because it still leaves a bit of the whiteness underneath. It still gives the things, I don't want it to get so busy that I can't pick out the sort of the elements in it, and particularly with this beautiful flowers down here, I don't want to overwash them. So it may well be that I just use some further seed stitching here. I would like to do weaving in some places, but for example, maybe down here I could definitely do some weaving, or possibly down in some of these whiter spots down here. So yeah, I'll just see where the interest takes me, but as you can see, that's quite a fair bit of stitching that's just gone into a pretty small area there. I also did some stitching, and let me again get it back in focus, with a variegated pink, just making these little lines up from the flower. I think I'll probably continue that around a bit further, sorry, so sort of maybe bring it around there, or maybe just bring it down through here actually, because then that's sort of connecting the pinky bits. And then maybe even bring an orange or something down this way, or even maybe a yellow, I'm not sure. It's all going to kind of emerge. And then I also use the same yellow wool to add a center to this little crocheted bit that I'd put on, so that sort of links then those two. And then we'll travel on down to here. And so this was just one of these little bobble blue flowers, but I added a whole lot more stitching. Let's just see if we can get a better focus. Little stitches with a variegated thread around that. Almost looks a bit sea creature-ish. And then with this green motif, I put knots in and little jagged little bits coming out. I'll probably have a few more that come out of that. And then I had this pink piece down the bottom, so I put some stamens and some pistil stitches in, although I tend to just do the straight stitch and then add the knots on the end. And then I really love this element. I've done some cantha stitching, but in a curving line. Let me keep myself in focus. So it actually curves up through the motifs and then comes over to what reminds me a bit of a rainbow piece over here, and then I've even continued it down to there. So yeah, I love how that looks. I'll just bring you up a bit higher so you can kind of see that in its whole. And so I'm thinking I'll continue to do that, but then in the graduating colours up here. So I'll continue with the yellow for a bit, and then we'll go into the green, and then that green and that green. So that may well, whether I'll probably maybe leave some gaps between it as well, because I can then maybe come in and do some more seed stitching. I'll just again see where the passion takes me. So I think that's been, oh, and then yes, the other day, I can't remember if I showed you this or not. Yeah, I think, yeah, no, I had started this, hadn't I, on the way here, but I've added, yeah, a fair bit more stitches into it to really get that beautiful colour variation. Let me just see if I can get better light for you, sitting in the shade on the deck. And so that, I think, is everything. And then, yeah, I've obviously stitched down all of the pieces, so they are all secured. I'll just bring you up a little bit so you can have a bit of a look around the whole piece. And then I'll show you my bag, which I have, the op shop bag that I have coloured up with my Inktense, reminiscent of the colours of this piece. Sorry, that bit's sitting over my eye patch. Just just like Fleur Woods does. I've been watching true crime documentaries while stitching. I don't know what it is about true crime and stitching. So that is the piece, and then let me put my balls back in the bag. And then I got this bag at the op shop, which was just a white coloured, I think probably handmade, crochet style bag. And what I then did was got the Inktense out, coloured it up, and I just absolutely love it. Let me put it in the light so you can see it a bit better. And I think Alex is coming back from a little shop at the shops. And so that is the bag, and yeah, absolutely love it. I'll probably end up, I think, adding some further appliques and things to it, but at the moment it's going to hold the threads for this project, and I just think the two things together look really fantastic together. So I'll now intersperse in the other videos from the last couple of days that I've been saving up for you. Keep an eye out for the dolphins and the walks, and there is a little op shop haul mixed in there as well, and I'll chat to you soon. So I'm back with another op shop haul, this time from the other op shop in Mallacoota. Travis was going to be assisting me, but he's decided to go and sleep on the job down there. Alex is up at the deck enjoying the views. So I picked up this lovely soft pale pastels. I think it was just in the baby blanket section, but it's really lovely and will be great to have as a little throw over my lap, or possibly make a little neck scarf or something out of it. And then I got a doona set. Again, I'm filming this one-handed, and this was, I think, $6, $8, and it's got 2 pillowcases. I just loved the design on it. Thought that was really beautiful, very Art Deco-ish, and I'll get a lot out of the 2 pillowcases plus the doona, which is usually a double-sided one. So it has this design on the back. And then let's have a look at the front of it. It will all be going in the wash anyway here, so I can open it up. And so yeah, it's got that same beautiful design. So I think that would be really lovely, because I can see this gorgeously thread painted into and beaded. It might even end up the centre of another Fleur Woods inspired piece. So I'll leave that laying down so we've got something beautiful to look at as we go. And then I got a crochet pillowcase, which probably won't be used as a pillowcase, but will probably be turned into a little pouch envelope, or otherwise I might harvest the pieces from it. I think it's got just a few very minor bits of staining, but I'll give it a little soak and a little wash, and I am sure that will work out well. This one's got some pins in it, so I'm going to need to take them out before I wash them, because I found a little pin pricked me when I was in the store. I think someone was making a pillowcase. I don't know if it's been fully sewn together, but I loved the ticking style fabric on it, so pop that one to the side so I remember to take the pins out. And then got myself for 50 cents some little pom-poms, yellow pom-poms. Got a fresh cucumber from the garden. There was a basket of them, much cheaper than buying it in the supermarket here, and it's lovely and fresh. And then got some lovely vintage antique laces. So you can just tell the age of that one. Almost looks like little daisies on it. A little collar. Again, I'll need to take the, actually it's 2 collars pinned together. Sorry, if I put it where you can see it. So it's very pretty. And then another lovely old lace. Not sure if let me just tap the screen so you can see that. So there's a decent quantity of that one, and it's beautiful and soft. And then I got a shirt, which I will likely be wearing. Just a lovely cotton shirt and a lovely dress. Lovely summer ones. It's a brand that I previously got a shirt from which I really loved wearing in the Bright op shop, so Lula Life. And it'll be nice and airy, and I can always put a few stitches in if it's a bit too wide. And then I got this mainly for the handles, but then I think I'll be able to repurpose it. Even though it's got some staining on it, I'm thinking this would be really fun to paint in the sort of the beautiful bright colours I've used on the lace pieces that I've painted for my Fleur Woods inspired piece. So and it's got this little pin on bit which I'll be able to remove, and yeah, it's lined with cotton. Looks like it's reasonably well made, probably a handmade job, but I've been wanting to make myself a little sort of crochet and then applique bag, so why not start with a shell and then add my own details to it, starting with some paint. So that is just my little haul from the op shop. The day has turned. We were at the beach before we went to the op shop and it was beautiful and sunny, but now a little rain shower has washed through. But it stopped raining now and we're just back on the deck, enjoying the views all the way around to where you can see the sort of the inlet and the sandbar way out there. So I'll leave that with you and I'll go back to doing some stitching this afternoon. So I'm ready to paint the bag that I got at the op shop, which is a lovely crochet little gutted, very simple bag. I've given it a soak. It's still got some very faint staining on it, but I figured that's the perfect opportunity to give it a paint with my Inktense blocks, which are here. I've got my water and I've just been watching my lovely friend Christy on a video as well, so enjoying looking and hearing about her retreat. So I'll probably turn it off to paint because I don't have my stand, but I'll come back and show you what it looks like. So here's the bag all painted up. Look at the beautiful colours. So basically I started first of all painting the flowers, but then I decided to do a random sort of pattern, and I love how the light shines through it, so it has such a lovely effect when the bag is obviously not filled. Sorry, I'm just closing up the straps again. So really fun approach, and then once I'd finished painting it, I gave it a full rinse just to make sure there was no residue of the Inktense. It's amazing, once the Inktense is on it, even when it's wet, it doesn't really lose much colour. It was actually quite colour fast, but at least there's going to be no powdery residue to come off on clothing or anything if you're using this bag. And I can always add some more colour if I find it needs it once it dries, but I think I'll probably end up maybe putting a applique sort of thread painted flower on it, or I might just use it this way, not sure. Options galore. Yeah, I just love that light shining through it. It reminds me sort of sea and seaweed. Really lovely colours for here by the sea. Sandy nose, Travis. These rocks are just incredible. You need me to clean your nose, Travis? Love the reflections on Travis. Mistiness over on the cliffs over there. You can see the sun shining on the waves. There's some blue sky there and some clouds, but it's a beautiful 25 degrees today. And not another single soul on the beach as far as we can see. Apart from obviously Alex and Travis there. Seagull. Probably not. Here's Travis. Have you already had a swim, Trav? scale down there. Washed in on the sand there. We might not go too far down there because there's a nesting bird area where you can see those little hosts. Tied out, Travis. Should we walk back now? Because I don't know if you'll make it back to the car otherwise. Travis. A massive kelp forest. You having a look too, Travis? Big forests. one, Travis, isn't it? Little puppy. It's a little one. It's a little friend. I saw something and then I just thought, oh no, it's my usual interesting seaweed.
Oh, it's not a shark.
No, they're dolphins.
Is that what?
There they are. Oh, how beautiful.